Hello lovelies and happy new year. Today is the first day of 2026, it's the 1st of January. It's about 5 p.m. I got back from the beach with my friends a couple of hours ago and I haven't really done too much. I'm quite tired from New Year's Eve. Me and my friends did a whole pub crawl and I went back over to one of my friends' house and we played lots of card games. It was a really lovely evening, really nice people to start the year with. And then we all went to the beach today and made bacon sandwiches on the beach, which was a lot of fun. And now I'm just at home. I've got my cat here with me. I'm about to have a shower. I want to read for a bit. I want to carry on with my vision board. I did a lot of vision board work on the 30th, the night of the 30th, but I want to go over it a bit again, do a few more prompts for the year, and then maybe like a tarot reading for the week or something. I've done a lot of preparation for the new year and I feel like I have all of my ducks in a row. I feel like I've got lots of alignment, which is very clarifying and also very confident boosting. Like I feel like this year is beginning with a real deep understanding, which I don't think I had at the beginning of last year. So that's really good. For my 2025 reflection, I did just quite a few journal prompts, kind of asking myself essentially what were the highlights and what weren't, and what I'd like to say goodbye to and what I'd like to carry on in the new year. I've done a bit of meditation and I've done a little bit of tarot. You'll kind of see the prompts which I used in this video. I think before you welcome the new year, you of course have to say goodbye to the old year. Also, I found out a few weeks ago that 2025 was the year of the snake in terms of Chinese astrology, whereas 2026 is the year of the fire horse. And honestly, that makes so much sense. And in tarot, 2025 was the year of the hermit, which makes so much sense as well and really aligns with the kind of connotations of the snake. I've learned a lot about how I deal with conflict, internal and external. Like, I think I really learnt myself up until the age of maybe like 17, and then I changed so much, but I didn't relearn myself. It's definitely a very like grounding year, whereas I feel like 2026 will be more broad, which also lends itself very well to the goals I've set myself. This year I really want to have more play and less work, and I think this is the time that I can kind of like spread my wings a bit and be super spontaneous and be super excited by life, because last year I definitely lost a little bit of enthusiasm. It really ebbed and flowed. Just my energy for life, it was really I was very drained. I hope everyone else has had a really good New Year. I hope everyone spent it with lovely people. I spent my New Year's Eve with a slightly different group to my usual lot, just because it's what fits my sort of intentions for the year. And I have so much love for everyone, and so I had a very difficult time choosing, and I'm so glad that I trusted my gut and went with the option which I did. I was so torn all day, like I was thinking it over, talking to my mum about it, like I don't know who to go with, just because everyone's so lovely, and it feels significant. As someone who's spiritual, it feels significant who I'm gonna see on the first day of the new year. I know some people think New Year's Eve is a little bit like pointless. A lot of people say they don't understand why people go out and party. I really get it, like we celebrate significant days of the calendar. I don't really understand why people are pessimistic about New Year's and they're not pessimistic about other significant days of our calendar. And also different cultures have been doing a similar thing for centuries, for eons. Like it's human nature to want to celebrate. But not only is New Year's Eve a celebrational time, but it's also a time to do lots of inner work, and it kind of gives you an opportunity for that and like a marking point. Some people without that during the rest of the year then struggle to kind of like set themselves down and like reflect. So it kind of gives you almost an excuse for a self-improvement. Obviously self-improvement can go to an unhealthy degree. I do believe this. I've spoken about this before actually. I think the whole self-improvement wave, which really like took off the last few years, more than that actually, people try and self-improve to the point where they end up erasing their natural form. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. I have a 2026 bingo card, which is very much like more like surface level things which I want to do this year. I'm not saying surface level because I think they're shallow, because I do think they prove something worthy to me, but they're just not anything to do with like my inner self and philosophy. And that's like things I want to do or stuff I want to see. And then I have my 2025 resolutions. I don't really call them resolutions. I'm more just like I never really write it in a list format of resolutions. I normally just kind of write it as like an entry when I do my shadow prompts in my journal. I have two sides of my planning for the new year, and then I have my vision board which encapsulates all of it, which I'm not going to share with you just because I do think when you display your manifestations, particularly on such a broad platform like YouTube, I do think sometimes it can for sure hinder its effectiveness. So yeah, I'm gonna go get ready for bed. I feel quite tired, but I also feel really excited, and that is such a good feeling to feel excited for the new year. I think in 2025 the future became such a trigger of fear for me. I became very scared of the unknown. So now that I'm truly really excited for the new year and I'm enjoying the idea of not knowing what's gonna happen, I'm finding it really thrilling, and that's really fun. So right now I'm in a headspace where I'm really trying to maintain that mindset, because it can very quickly go. Also, before I go, I got this journal in Lithuania. I went a couple of weeks ago with my friend. I spoke about it in my last video that I'd been away, and I got it from this really lovely art museum that we went to, and he also got one. It had a slightly different design. They were both pieces of work from the artists which were featuring in the museum, and they had like a whole series, and the one that he got was very like red, painterly, quite abstract, a little bit Mark Rothko to be honest, but this one is watercolor, and it lies flat. You can't really see right now. When you put it on like a surface, it lies completely flat, and you can like just draw right over the center of the page. This year my journal is much more of a creative like working tool, as opposed to being a perfectly curated museum. It's really nice paper as well, and it's also completely blank, and I've never had a blank journal before, and it's got some exposed binding which is really lovely. I hope you enjoyed this video.